What is going on, YouTube? PPS back. It's past the prop. We're coming at you guys for our Friday show today. Whew, we're ready. Full day, full action. First game starts at 3 today, which is wild. Usually Fridays. We don't get anything till 6:05 my time. So really excited. Going to the Brewers game tonight. Everything's going to roll. Stu, how we doing, man?
Yeah, I'm doing great. It is awesome right now. The NFL Draft Day 1 concluded last night. We have two teams in very deep series. Obviously, the Kings, and then we got the Lakers in that late game as well. And then guess what? A full slate of MLB action with some surprisingly good pitchers on the mound as well today. So it's heaven right now. I mean, I literally get to spend, a good portion of my day just going from sport to sport to sport, making bets. So I couldn't be more fired up. I think we got some great props today. We got a little bit of momentum coming in as well. I'm feeling good, man.
Yeah, no, it's fun. I like that they threw in that game at 3:00. Obviously, it might not be the greatest game in the world, but hey, we'll take it nonetheless. Coming off of huge show last time. We'll talk about that in a second. We'll take a look at the chat here. Plus Money Bob, I hope you were in there last week or on Wednesday, man. It was just full of your favorite stuff. Everything was I think we had every single play plus money along with our long shots as well. Carlos, welcome, my guy. Hope you are doing well. Whew, it's gonna be a fun show. Obviously, I think you have one NBA play in there as well, so I'll let you talk about that right away after we get through our recap here. We got 10 of you guys in here for in the first 2 minutes here. And I do want to put this out there because I know Stu did have play in here. I'll play in the Washington game. I don't think that they're playing in Washington or for New York. I actually have two pretty big DFS lineups going out today for the Fantasy Baseball World Championships or whatever. And I already had my lineups made last night. Obviously, your boy was fading Chad Kuhl to the moon. Had a full Pirate stack, and they're in the red right now for postponement. Obviously, following Kevin Roth's stuff. He's very, very good at what he does there for meteorology and stuff like that. Stu, how's it looking out there? It can't be very nice.
Yeah, no, it's actually awful. I mean, I'm looking out the window right now. I've been up, since 8 a.m. this morning, nonstop rain all day too. And when you check the weather app, it doesn't say it's going to stop anytime soon. So I agree. That's a perfect. I mean, Rich Hill, Chad. There's so many good guys to bet on today. You wish we could just move them to Pittsburgh and get that game going. But yeah, I agree with you. It's not looking super great right now.
Yeah, no, it's depressing. Obviously, we love both those guys to fade. Rich Hill actually decided he was good for a start, which, just those are wrenching things sometimes, but lets you fade him even harder when everybody else wants to switch over to him. But yeah, I'm really excited. Obviously, got to switch up my DFS lineups a little bit to make sure that we're not getting any of that rain today. But a lot of guys we like to fade on this slate. And we could talk about our recap here. We got about 10 of you guys in here. I'm gonna have to go onto Twitter and hit your tweet from tweeting about the show here. I got to go hit that quick. But let's take a look at last show. We'll start out with the only one that missed. Plus 155 though. That was the biggest one on the slate.
Yeah, I was gonna say this was our half unit to win 1 unit with Abrams right here. Unfortunate, he had a good game right there. Ended up handling the lefty pretty good. That was the only miss. But when you miss, you want to miss at 155. And then, Ronzi was real good. He was real good.
Yeah, he pitched great.
What?
I said, yeah, he pitched phenomenal.
But it's just kind of like we were saying. I'm a big fan of this guy. I think he's really good. He also happens to walk minimum 2 people almost every start. That's exactly what happened, and Diamondbacks took care of business right there as well.
Yeah, the Angels' first 5 over, dude, that was just an absolute wagon and a half for that whole entire series. That one cashed pretty easy. I think we had 11 runs. I believe 11 runs in that game. So we were happy to see that continue, that trend continue. And then Kopech, all reliable Mr. Kopech, just gets wrecked. Obviously, I wish it was on the Bichette bomb. There was first and second. Nobody out. Bichette up. He ended up getting a single. I'm like, damn it, dude. And then he comes back around, and luckily comes through for us as our home run prop for that day. He did fantastic, dude. Just was like 4 for 5, 3 for 4 with like 4 ribbies and a dinger. And then William Contreras, I was at the game, saw right before the game they put Caratini as a catcher. Caratini goes yard. I should get points for that, dude. They should pay me for that because I had to take that. Not too shabby. And I think did Yandy play?
I don't think so. I don't think he did. And then our early game one did not go through there as well.
But still, I mean, we probably put over 7-8 units in your guys' pocket on that day. You roll those for half a unit like we do usually. So yeah, great day, all plus money. There's not much more you can ask for. I'm happy that we ended up doing it with all that plus money, showing you guys you don't have to eat the juice to win bets, right? You can go right at it, go look for that plus money. Even if you want to ladder it, we welcome that. It's a little bit harder in baseball outside of just like, RBIs or strikeouts, stuff like that. But yeah, it was a really good day for us as a show, and hoping to complete that today again and finish the week off strong.
Oh yeah. No, it was a good show. Like you said, good to get a little bit of plus money in there. And hey, we got plenty more spots. I wish you could ladder some of these more. Like I want to play 2 stolen bases every once in a while. I almost did it. I wanted to when Bay on the Pirates played against Syndergaard last week, and no one would even let me do it. So very unfortunate right there. But yeah, maybe someone let us ladder some stolen bases. You'll get my money.
Yeah, I'm assuming they probably do that on purpose because they know they're about to get nuked. My boy Estery on my fantasy team with a nice 4-swipe day for me. Pretty much just won me the week on one day in fantasy, winning the stolen bases there. I think he only had 5 going into that game. But damn, he absolutely cooked there.
Yeah, man. I mean, shout out to the preseason show with our guy John, right? I was on that Ruiz over 29.5 steals, obviously getting off to a pretty good start right there. Dude's a demon. 4 steals is insane. Love that.
Yeah, dude. And it was wild to me because he stole second and third. Like, it wasn't like he stole like first to second 4 times. He was stealing double bases twice. It was funny because I'm like, I look at it, I saw he got hit by a pitch. Then all of a sudden, 4 pitches later, he's on third base. I'm like, what the hell? And shout out A's, man. Dude, those guys find a way. They find a way to get the job done. I'll be talking about the A's today. Didn't think you're going to hear about them today on the show, but you'll be hearing about them from your boy here, Brent Rooker. I like that. That guy is hitting the shit out of baseball right now. And obviously really excited to get after it today. Let's take a look at the chat. We got a couple more in here. Joe, pray no rain. I don't know, dude. I do not think that the praying is going to do too much, unfortunately. But that's why it's nice that it's the Friday. You're probably going to get a doubleheader tomorrow, I would assume, which is kind of nice that it's on the Friday, not on the Sunday.
True.
Got Sean in here. Welcome, my guy. Hope you are doing well. We got Ryan in here as well. Plus Money Bob talking about how he alternate lines on the underdogs. Not a bad way to do it. And Terrence in here, split screening. Hey, we like that. And hopefully we're able to get you guys some winners today. I know, guys, I put MLB only. I did not know we had NBA. So let's shoot this over to Stu, and I will dip out of here for a sec.
Sounds good. We're going Kevon Looney over 3.5 assists. Bet365 and MGM are going to be your 2 best spots for this at the moment. It's already up on FanDuel to 4.5 as well. And I would take that at plus 120, I believe is what I saw it at for a half unit, because I still do like that as well. When we look at these last couple of games, I mean, the reason we're mostly doing MLB at this point, this is mostly MLB certain, but I love this play so much. I just wanted to talk about it in as many places as possible, because if you've been watching this series so far, Draymond's not in the starting lineup anymore, obviously. That takes a huge playmaking role out. And he obviously does close most of the game. They kind of split up those fourth quarter rotations pretty clearly. But now with Poole in the lineup, that whole part of their offense that they run through the post, where Draymond was formerly the guy right there, is running through Looney. Looney is getting himself 3 to 4 free dribble handoffs a game. And that's a good thing on any team. That's a great thing when you're playing with Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Jordan Poole. This guy is surrounded by absolute shooters, and it's not hurt by the fact that he doesn't want to shoot. I love betting assists on guys that don't want to shoot, because that's not what he's out there for, and he knows that. When you get to the guys like Curry, who are asked to score 40 points a game, betting on their assists can be good at times, but that's a lot more risky. Looney's a guy that's not going to clear 10 points, and we can almost guarantee that for you. So when we look at this series so far, over the last 3 games with Draymond out of the starting lineup, which is what changed everything in this series, by the way. So I imagine they're not going to randomly switch back to that now that they're at home. Looney has a 25% assist rate. That's insane. I mean, we're talking about a team with absolute superstars, and that's resulted in 6, 9, and 7 assists over his last 3 games. and they're still leaving this at an incredibly low 3.5 number. It even opened at 2.5 last game, and I was wanting to bet that. I didn't end up pulling the trigger. Unfortunately, it was a busy day. I'm not going to let that same mistake happen again. I love Looney in the spot. So many free opportunities. I mean, the potential assists are like 8, 9, and 10, and we don't even need that. Like I said, it's easy dribble handoffs. It's easy pick and roll opportunities created by playing with these amazing players. I think it's a great value spot. I don't think the books are caught up on the fact that he's on the court at different times than Draymond Green now. This whole new rotation is completely different, and it's been great for the assist for Looney. I think he keeps it up. I think he posts 5 or more right here. Love this spot. Let's keep it going.
Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, no, I did see that they did move Poole into the starting lineup. I thought that was kind of interesting at the time, just because my hate for Jordan Poole. But they're doing well, and I'm thinking that Looney's also a Milwaukee guy as well. So they're both doing it. Obviously, I like Looney a little bit more than I like Mr. Poole, just shooting every time.
Looney Tunes. He's a GOAT. I mean, how can you not like this guy? He's one of the best role players in the league. Dude does his job. Doesn't do anything flashy and just performs for his team. It's pure basketball. I love Looney. I'll always be a fan of my guy, Looney Tunes. I think he's going to go out there and cash for us today.
Love it, love it, love it. All right, Stu, we can kick this on over now. We can go straight into MLB for today. Let's take a look. We got a pretty big slate, right? We got pretty much every team in action today. What is the game that you're looking at here as one that you're not only willing to target, but wanting to throw maybe just watch as a fan?
Yeah, I mean, once again, Cubs Marlins should be a very fun one. Stroman off to a pretty good start so far, and we obviously know Luzardo has some nasty stuff, right? Some absolutely top-end nasty stuff. So that's mostly what I'm watching recently. I've been watching a lot of these pitcher duels, trying to catch up on, there are a lot of these younger guys are really ascending, right? We're seeing a lot of these young guys. So that's what I want to watch right now. I think that'll be a great game. I'm curious if either of those guys, I feel like we could get a pitching duel, but also that Cubs offense is kind of sneaky, good sometimes. So I don't know. I think that'll be an interesting game.
Truly, if you want my very blunt answer, I think that Jesus Luzardo just mows these dudes down like nothing, because the Cubs home road splits again are just nuts. Jesus Luzardo's home road splits are nuts. He's a fly ball guy, and he's playing at home against a Cubs team that needs that short porch, right? You need to be able to hit the gaps like you can in Wrigley, dude. I think Luzardo just goes out there and mows. I'm really pissed he's not on the main slate for GK for my big tournament plays here, because I would love to play him at low ownership with all of these other aces on the slate. But I mean, I can't get away from Blue Jays Seattle. I mean, how do you get away from that pitching matchup? I really liked to see Alek Manoah show out against the Yankees last time out. He only threw like 80 pitches to go through 7, right? He looked fantastic, was just in the zone, not worrying about walks, filling it up. And I think that that's a very good sign. You just saw Seattle get wrecked last night by Philadelphia and Matt Strahm. And now they have to travel again, right? You're going from Philly, going up to Toronto. I think it's going to be a tough spot early on in this game. Luckily for them, they have their stud on the hill and my guy, Luis Castillo. I have bets on him in like 17 different ways for the futures market, not just tonight. In the futures market, strikeouts, wins, Cy Young, yada, yada, yada. But I really think that's going to be a fun game. Minus 110 on both sides. If you would have told me after the first 3 starts that Manoah and Castillo would be pick 'em, I would have told you you're crazy, right? Because Manoah has really struggled so far in those first couple outings. Castillo looked like a Cy Young front runner, him and Garrett Cole. But now we're going to see it, because obviously tough matchup for Castillo last time against the Cardinals. Great performance by Manoah in his last one. Minus 110 each side. It's going to be crazy. I think this will be a great, great game.
Give me Castillo, man. I just don't like Manoah. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's his face. It feels like he's being talked about in the elite tier of pitcher, or at least almost there. And it just feels like he's kind of a step down to me. Maybe it's personal bias. I don't know what it is. I like Gosman. I would much rather watch him pitch on that team. And Castillo, obviously, for bet reasons, I'm in with you on that bet as well. So I love Castillo. I hope they take care of business in this one.
Yeah, no, I don't even think Manoah's up there anymore. I think those first 3 starts kind of took him down. Like, just to put this in perspective, he started the year at like 9,300 on DK, 6,900 tonight. Like, he's down there. He's in the dumps. And I think he's a mid to high tier. I don't think he is in that ace tier, but I mean, dude, that stuff is nasty. Throws hard, got a nice little cutter on there too. I think it's going to be tough for the Seattle hitters in Toronto to get a hold of him here. So really like that game. I think that's going to be a fun one to watch. And since you went already, I will take this first one, and I'll talk about him. Luis Castillo, 5Ks, DeGrom, 8, FanDuel, -123. DeGrom, I mean, 8 Ks. You kidding me? Against this Yankees team? This Giancarlo less, Josh Donaldson less Yankees team? You're going to give me only 8 Ks? They're giving me 8.5 at like -130. This dude has a 40% K rate. I understand. I bet you most people are thinking, hey, it's because he could come out at any time, right? He could be injured at any point in the game. But, I mean, that's any pitcher, though, right? I mean, it's not like this is crazy news, right? Jacob DeGrom is pretty injury prone. We know that. But a Yankees team with only a 720 OPS away from Yankee Stadium, they do a very good job of using Yankee Stadium to their advantage when they're playing. DeGrom's at home. He's been fantastic, 40+% K rate. The changeup has just been a revelation, man. That thing is 91 to 93, just dropping off the table. Still being able to run 101 on the corners. His walk rate is so low. He's just going right at these dudes, and obviously a wipeout slider with a 45% whiff rate. It's something you really can't ignore. And then obviously Luis Castillo facing off against Toronto, right-handed dominant Toronto. The thing is the changeup is being used less by him, but it's just as good, right? It's not like it has just gone away, right? The changeup so far this season hasn't been as good as it has been in the past, but he's mostly only using it against lefties, right? Still a 38% whiff rate. The crazy part is he still has a 39% whiff on his four-seam fastball, right? Sinker still is phenomenal. He's using it more as a put-away pitch with only a 172 batting average against. And the slider has been like the new step forward, right? Last year, only throwing at 21%. So far this season, only really using it against he's using it against both sides of the plate, only using it at about a 17% clip, but 35% whiff to go along with another 35% whiff on the changeup. Both these guys have decent matchup, right? I would say they have blow-up potential just because you're playing against a very good offense in Toronto. You're playing against a very good offense in the Yankees. But, man, dude, how are you going to give me these lines so low where both of these teams are going for home runs? They're away from home where they're much worse, right? Yankees and Seattle being a little bit better at home. Toronto Blue Jays. It's going to be, oh, man, all righties in that lineup. I'm not worried about 45-year-old Brandon Belt anymore. I ain't worried about him in the middle of that lineup. Dalton Varsho, really the only true good lefty in that order, because I don't count Kevin Kiermaier either as a good hitting lefty. So I think this is going to be I don't want to say an easier one, but this line is just off, dude. DeGrom at 8Ks just looks wrong.
Yeah, I think a lot of people see the high numbers and maybe get a little bit scared off, not kind of considering, how good these guys are, especially like the Castillo leg here as well. He's one of those guys that he's a good strikeout pitcher, obviously, but he's getting so deep into these games that it increases your opportunity. I just love those guys that have the high, innings pitch count. You kind of trust them to at least make that sixth inning. That's not even a guarantee, obviously, in the MLB anymore, making the fifth inning especially. And then, like you said, DeGrom, I think a lot of people just count out that this is still like the most dominant guy in the league. You can say, oh, he has the injury problems, blah, 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 but we've seen him deal when he's out there. And like you said, anyone can get injured at any given time, right? You get hit in the ankle with a line drive right back and you're out the game. So no reason to really sweat too much on that. If you lose from an injury, you lose from an injury. That's life. I love this price. I think it's a good deal right here. I think both these guys are going to crush.
Let's just think about this too. Okay. I know this is hypothetical because I don't know what happened. Aaron Judge went out yesterday, right? With a hip contusion or whatever. If he doesn't play, what does this lineup look like? Holy shit. Like, Oswaldo Cabrera could be in like the 5 hole. Trevino with a 30% plus K rate could be in the 6, right? Like, no Judge, no Stanton, right? You're going to have to probably roll DJ LeMahieu in the 3. Like, dude, this lineup is really, really weak if we're going to want to face this type of ace, the best in the league, best in the world right now, with no Judge too. Like, it could easily happen. Coming off of obviously you're on a road trip here. You have to fly after you just came out in the middle of a game. If you're coming out mid-game, obviously you ain't feeling very good. So can you just imagine what this lineup looks like with no Stanton, no Donaldson, no Judge? Ooh, and you're facing DeGrom at home? Christ, dude. Maybe give me up to like 20. I might take 20 Ks, bro.
Yeah, I guess that depends on obviously how many innings he goes. But you're right. If Judge is out, the CLV on this pick is going to be crazy too.
Yeah, so I just remembered that. I'm like, oh my God. What is going to happen here? This is going to be ugly. Let's take a look here at the chat. Carlos bringing up Pablo Lopez to record a win, facing Jordan Lyles at home. I'm more of a fader of Jordan Lyles on the road. That's kind of how I've always faded him. Yeah, and Pablo Lopez, that last start was kind of concerning to me. I think that the plus money price is nice, but Minnesota should take care of business. It's just, there's a reason why.
Lyles is on the road.
Is this in Minnesota?
I believe so, yeah. Because I'm about to talk about that in a minute.
There it is. Yep. So, yeah.
I was going to say, you're undercutting.
Yeah, fade him. Fade him. I thought it was in Kansas City because I had Minnesota yesterday in a full game stack, and I was trying to fade him on the road there too. So, I guess I was just off on those. But they did cash for me. Thank you, Carlos Correa, for finally hitting a home run.
I'm done. I love Correa. He was so good to me last year. Dude, he's been on the ban list. That whole team can't fucking hit for whatever, except Joey Gallo. Shout out him. Hitting bombs.
Yeah, I had his hit runs RBIs yesterday as a free play. Dude got it in the first at bat. I think he scored a run and got a hit in that first one. I'm like, all right, we're good. We're good. Gallo's been a fucking wagon, dude. That dude is on one right now. All right, Stu, take it away.
Sounds good. We're going Chris Bryant to record a hit right here and the Twins money line. We'll start out. Bryant, I love this guy. He's another guy, one of these guys that I do truly enjoy to bet on. Hitting 320 so far this season. This is a Coors game, hitting 324 at home, and I believe 314 against right-handed pitchers. So no scary splits, right? We get the right-handed pitcher, which he's better against. We get him at home in Coors, which even I believe at last year he was not quite as good at Coors than on the road, which was a rare thing right here. But Chris Bryant also is now finding himself in a matchup that he feels pretty comfortable against Kelly right here. He's hitting 421 in his career against him, averaging over 330 against two of his top three pitches in that arsenal right here. It's just one of those situations where Bryant's coming in. He's got, a hit in 6 of his last 7 games against Kelly. He's got a hit in 7 of his last 8 games against the Diamondbacks. Just very good success. And also he has a hit in 6 of his last 7 at home as well. So he's getting the job done at home. He has a good success against Kelly right here. Good against his pitch mix. And obviously I love that little Coors effect as well. I think that's going to could be a high scoring game. And I'm just surprised that so many guys are higher odds to get a hit than Bryant. It just felt like this is a mispriced line when you're seeing a guy like Blackman, like minus 500 for a hit, and then a guy like Bryant, who's actually had good success in the matchup in the past, playing some good baseball right now, down to minus 290 or whatever. So I think there's some good value on Bryant to get a hit. We were just talking about the Twins a minute ago, Lopez versus Lyles. You mentioned it on the last show. I talked about fading Lyles at home, and you kind of mentioned you like fading him on the road here. We've seen it so far this year, 8 earned runs in 12 innings pitched on the road. Apparently it followed him outside of Baltimore. I guess it's followed him everywhere he's going. The guy is struggling on the road. And, I said it last time. I like Lyles. Solid innings eater, solid pitcher. He's going to get you, 6 innings, give up 4 or 5 runs, do a good job. But I just think the Twins have the advantage. I like the bounce back for Lopez. Have you looked at this guy's baseball savant page? I know he obviously had a bad outing last time, but I think he might have the most read baseball savant page I can remember out of anyone in a while, especially maybe it's because I was looking at, Rich Hill earlier, and it makes it look even better. But this guy, we're talking about, 82, 82nd percentile. It's read everywhere. We're over 80th percentile in every single stat except one. So, the guy's killing it, right? I understand he had a bad matchup last outing, but he was lights out before that. We now get him back at home. I think the Twins get the job done. I think Bryant gets a hit. I think this probably should be like minus 160, minus 170. I don't love playing the minus 130s always, but I think it's good value, so I got to play it.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's really no reason that the Twins shouldn't have at least 3 homers in this game. It's how Jordan Lyles pitch, right? He pitches up in the zone. If you're going to pitch up in the zone, you're in danger territory for home runs. Obviously, this Twins team is a very boom or bust type of team, right? With strikeouts and or home runs. I mean, I guess Gallo's now a contact guy with power, so I can't really say that for him, but pretty much everybody else, right? They're all just swinging their little hearts out there a little bit there. So do like it. I do like that Coors game. I just don't know how I feel about that game overall, dude. They're just giving that number is just so high, like for runs, like it's 11.5, 11, like almost makes me want to fade that game. Merrill Kelly's not bad.
He's not.
And I think Freeland's outing wasn't totally his fault.
Freeland sucks though, at least, right? Like the dude at Coors is someone we faded over the last year at least. So like, I mean, I'm fine with Freeland. I agree with you. I didn't want to disrespect Kelly at all. I think he's another good pitcher. I just like the history Bryant had against him in the pitch mix right there. But I agree. The 11.5, I'm not running to take any overs at that price, no matter where it is. And those Coors games always do have that kind of trappy vibe at times.
Yeah, and I'm sitting here, like I said, in these 2 fantasy baseball. I have the 2 tickets tonight for that World Championship qualifier, whatever it is. And I'm like, how owned is this game going to be? And Merrill Kelly's not that bad. Dude, he just pitched for the Team USA, right, in World Baseball Classic. So he's not a terrible pitcher. Freeland, I mean, he was a highly regarded prospect, obviously, coming up. Obviously, I do have times where I do want to fade him. I don't know if this is it. I don't know if it is. I mean, I'm going to probably have one of my lambs with like a mini stack of Arizona.
Yeah.
But you know how it is. The prices are crazy. Rojas is 5,400, 5,200 on Ketel Marte, right? I mean, those are some pretty hefty price tags. You're sitting up there with Nolan Arenado. Like that, I don't put Rojas on that same level, and I don't think a field makes anything different there. But just kind of putting that in perspective there. And in one game that I really do like that I think is going to go under the radar is this Oakland A's game. Right, Oakland A's first 5 over 4.5. You want to talk about a baseball savant page you love to see? How about Luis Cessa, dude? This dude's just straight blue. Like it's everything. Bottom 10% in expected ERA, whiff percentage, expected slugging, K percentage, expected batting average, average exit velocity, pretty much everything you could possibly want. He is terrible at 7% K rate. This Oakland A's team does strike out a lot. I understand that, but if I have a guy here who is not getting strikeouts. And we're going to be obviously not the best hitting park. This guy's only running 91 to 92 on his fastball sinker, right? Only getting a max of 13% swing and miss on his fastball. Not obviously ideal. 11% barrel rate is wild. That is way up there. Not quite the Kopech levels, but it's up there. He's just throwing his slider so much so far to start the year, 40%. And guess what? That's sitting at a 320 batting average against on an off-speed pitch, right? There's a lot of power in this A's lineup that I do like to attack. Langoliers, you got him who's been playing extremely well. You got Brent Rooker, like I talked about. Jace Peterson kind of in that vet role in like that 5-6 hole where you look at Cessa, dude, struggles against both sides of the plate. So at least these guys have guys on both sides that have the ability to hit. Jesus Aguilar, Noda, some good guys. Esteury Ruiz starting at the top of that lineup, doing his job, setting the table. So like that. But also, let's talk about Kyle Mueller, man. This dude is on the struggle bus as well. And against this Reds team, you can't be there, right? This Reds team is scary, way more scary at home. I understand it, right? Their home road splits are wild, right? Cincinnati is, I believe, the worst hitting team on the road in the MLB. But Kyle Mueller has a 5.52 ERA at home, a 10 on the road, still at home, allowing a 328 batting average, allowed 429 to lefties, 333 to righties. And what do we have here? We have Stevenson. We have India. We have so many dudes here that can hit, right? They brought up Nick Senzel, who's now doing well, right? That just makes this lineup even deeper. I like having Friedel. I like having Friedel and Fraley there as well. I'm curious how they're going to approach this. If they do start both of those lefties in this game, because if they do, I think this is a pretty good matchup against Mueller. And if you get to the bullpens, man, Oakland A's have the worst bullpen in the MLB. So let's sign me up for some overs here. I don't think Cessa goes very deep. I would be very surprised to see Mueller go deep in this one as well.
I like this, man. Like you said, the A's have been surprisingly scrappy so far this year. Not something I would have expected coming into the year. And even if I hadn't been watching the show or on the show, I'd still even be a little bit hesitant right now. But they've done good for us so far this year. And like you said, on the other side, the Reds are surprising. They've got some guys. I didn't really see that coming either. But that beginning, that India, Stevenson, these guys can get on base. They can get the job done. I think this might, like you said, be a little bit of a sneaky under. And I'm definitely going to be telling you, A's haven't done me wrong so far this year, so no reason to give up on them right now.
Yeah, no, one thing I do want to mention is on DraftKings, on the DFS app, it has another guy starting than Kyle Mueller. So it has Drew Rasinski. I don't know why. I don't know why he's on there. Kyle Mueller's everywhere else. Just a heads up in case that does switch. That you might have to rebet this. They might just void it if a pitcher does switch. But I see Rusinski on DFS, no Mueller. But obviously I see Mueller on FanDuel and DraftKings Sportsbook. So just a little heads up there. It's just weird. You usually don't see them differ, especially since they're both DraftKings. But it is what it is. I like both spots. I mean, Luis Cessa is literally the fade machine right now. And I'll continue to go there. He's got to pick up the slack for Urena and freaking Madison Bumgarner leaving me. This is my new Madison Bumgarner Urena combo here.
Yeah, no, we got to find those guys. We talked about it last year. We'll talk about it this year. You get your guys that you fade. You notice their tendencies, their weaknesses, and you take advantage of it, even if it's against the Oakland Athletics.
For sure. Stu, 32 minutes in, 22 of you guys in here. We appreciate you. Let's go through a quick recap, and then if you have a long shot, we'll get to that.
Sounds good. We started out in the MLB. We're going Chris Bryant to record a hit plus the Twins money line minus 130 over on FanDuel. And then we went over to the NBA, a rare little NBA occurrence right here. We're going Kevon Looney over 3.5 assist minus 140. Bet 365 is the best price, also on MGM as well.
Perfect. I'll be doing my FanDuel combo here of Castillo to go along with the DeGrom strikeouts on the alt lines there. And then the A's first 5 over 4.5 minus 115. Stu, what do you got for us? What do you got for the people here?
Yes, sir. Give me 1 second while I pull up. Let's see. Actually, do you want to go first? You got one real quick?
I am checking lines at the moment. Let me see. And it sucks because I really want to bet a play in the game. I'm going to the Brewers game tonight, right? So I want to bet a game play there. But I don't think I'm going to get there. I might just do – it's not the 20 that I wanted. I'm going to do DeGrom 12 Ks at plus 450 on DraftKings or on FanDuel right now. I mean, if he gives me 6 innings, if he literally gives me 6 innings, I'm going to be ecstatic for this number here. I'm really, really pumped to see this line move down once they come out with lineups if Judge is out. So I'm interested. I think that this is the time to grab it because obviously you're always excited to have a bet on Jacob deGrom no matter what. But if Judge is out, dude, I think this thing gets down to like 350, 375. And I'm looking to that, right? I'm looking at that spot down the road here today. At a possible spot to get some crazy CLV.
Sounds good. I like that spot, and I got the odds for mine now. They are okay. Best is plus 400. We're going Austin. What do you say?
I said yes because I didn't want to be above mine.
Yeah, I know. We're going Austin Riley to hit a bomb right here, and the reason for that, Riley isn't playing like amazing right now. Definitely not. But obviously, we see Peterson so far is a lefty, giving up 7 homers on the season. It's one of those where I kind of just was looking through and I was expecting this to be, 300, 310. And if this was last year, fucking 250 with Riley against the lefty right here. I like the over 400 odds right here. A little slow recently. I think this is a good spot to turn it around. We actually saw Washington puts up some runs against the Mets last series as well. So hopefully that brings in a little bit of good mojo for our guy Riley right here. And then I did want to say too, if the Washington game does end up playing, then I'm probably going to bet Suwinski to hit a bomb as well in that one, and probably even my guy Bay to get a stolen base. But I don't want to get anyone's hopes up because,
Yeah, because this game probably ain't playing either. Just heads up. That one. That's the New York.
Fuck, I picked the double rain games. I forgot about this one. I was so focused on DC. Well, we'll see what fucking happens.
So I'll put Suwinski in there too.
We'll just have the rain out duo right here.
What's the line for Suwinski?
Let me pull it up.
Yeah, because I don't expect both of these to play, but hopefully for your sake.
It is plus 370.
I remember trying to grab these at plus 700 when he was sucking to start the year.
Yeah. I hit him on the first Dinger Tuesday of the year, I believe. Suwinski, I didn't know he walks, though. The dude walks.
Yeah, he's got a good approach.
Because all he did last year, if you watched him at the end of last year, he hit bombs and struck out. He only did those two things. He walked a little bit, but seeing that increase a lot this year is a good sign if you're a Pirates fan. Pirates are fun. I want to catch one of these games. I wish Cruz was still playing, but the Pirates are fun, man.
Yeah, I already pulled them all from my DFS lineups. Hey, before we head out, pray for your boy tonight. I'm really, really hoping that I get one of these 2 tickets tonight, dude. Pray for me. I'll be at the game too, so I don't think I have anybody in that game that I'm at. So it's like I want the most boring, like 3-2 all singles, no homers game from Wade Miley and Tyler Anderson, maybe like 2 Ks apiece. Because like you guys know I love fading the Brewers against lefties, but like the Brewers at home are like top 3 in OPS, and Tyler Anderson has been a fucking bad dude. Like I fade him against like average, like Marco Gonzalez to me is like an average pitcher. Tyler Anderson's last 3 outings have been like me going out there with my left hand, and I'm a freaking righty, dude. That's what it's been looking like, just getting smoked everywhere. But just a heads up, I will be there tonight. Do with this as you may. I was like 8-2 last year for Brewer games. Okay. I'm 1-0 this year. Just heads up, if you want to bet it, I'm not. There's no algorithm for this. Just saying. I'm shooting like 9 for 11 right now from deep, hitting that money line. And just a heads up, you can get that Brewers price tag sitting at minus 130. So just saying you could get a nice price on a thing that's hitting at 9 out of a 9-2 hit rate. You can't get that anywhere else but here. You know that?
That's fair. We got a new system in place right here. I mean, hey, the idea of betting on Wade Miley is a little bit scary to some of us, but as you know,
dude, he's been nice though, dude.
I know. Nice. It's weird. I don't understand it. I thought he was cooked. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely thought he was cooked.
Oh, he just fills up the bottom of the zone. First inning, you want to get him like everybody wants to bet against him. The dude he's just gritty, dude. He's like PJ Tucker of the freaking NBA or the MLB, dude. Just fills up the bottom of the zone. If you don't if you don't force him up, you're just gonna ground ball everything, dude. And the Brewers' defense has been fantastic this year, so it's tough, and especially with both bullpens leaning towards the Brewers' bullpen. Right, the Brewers' bullpen is significantly better than the Angels with Mr. Quijada, who just blows leads after blows leads, dude. It's crazy. So, I'll be there. Got those 2 tickets. It's gonna be a very interesting night for me. Post 6:07 first pitch. So I'm pretty sure I got my lineups locked in. But yeah, this morning just sucked seeing that New York news. Seeing that I wanted to fade Chad Kuhl to the moon. Unfortunately, can't do that. So
yeah, no, me too. Very unfortunate, obviously, but hey, got a lot to look forward to. Good slate today, multiple sports, even freaking NFL draft if you can bet on it. So a lot of good stuff to look forward to.
Yeah, I didn't bet on one bet. I didn't have one bet in the draft. I just watched. I had a feeling it was going to be just a shit show, with all these trades. And I saw there wasn't really many people I saw like do significantly well, like just hitting all these like. But I saw a lot of long shots because they would just throw these crazy ones out there, and the trade happens, and then it's like, oh, this would have been like minus 200 if they had this pick. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah, no, it was crazy. I was betting a lot more long shots. I know a lot of people were. Like, it's just normally if you sign up for betting a draft, you're signing up for betting like minus 300 every once in a while because it's like a lock. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of stuff that like in past drafts has just been locked in. There was nothing like that this year. It was just complete madness from the start when Shroud, who's been shitted on for 3 straight months for being a dumbass, probably leaked by the Texans, by the way, to get people off their scent, was just suddenly taken at the second pick. Like, it was just crazy. Like, I knew it was going to be crazy. I made some bucks. I lost some bucks. It was a fun night. I'll take it.
For sure. Let's get for the couple more people who jumped in here at the end. Let's do a full recap with long shots here, and then we will get you guys on your merry way.
Sounds good. We're going Chris Bryant to record a hit right here and the Twins money line -130 on FanDuel. And then we're going Kevon Looney over 3.5 assists -140 Bet365/MGM. Then
now I'm going Castillo, DeGrom. Oh, I'll get to the long shots at the end. Castillo, DeGrom combo. I just want to get this in right now. This is moving a lot. Like I've already seen Castillo go from like -300, which is where I have this at, till minus like 335 right now. So hopefully it's all of you just throwing hammers on these. But just a heads up, if you're waiting till closer to game time, that's probably not going to be this price. And then I have the A's first 5 over 4.5. Stu?
Yep, we got the rain out duo right here. Austin Riley hit homer +400. Jack Suwinski to homer +370. If either of these guys suit up, one of them's going yard, baby.
Let's do it. And I'm on DeGrom, 12 strikeouts at +450. Just a heads up, if Judge, I would lock this in now, because if Judge does get ruled out and they announce this lineup, holy shit, what's it going to look like, bro? I think this gets to like -3 or +350 by the time game time starts, if Judge is ruled out, which is a very high possibility for him leaving mid-game yesterday. So, Stu, what do you got for the people? 40 minutes in, 20 people left in here. We appreciate you guys. Stu, what do you got?
Yeah, no, I mean, you're going to want to make sure I'm going to have tons more bets for the rest of the day, whether it is this MLB slate or my 2 articles for the NBA playoffs, or even maybe some more NFL draft bets if they'll let me. Who knows? So tons more stuff to follow for the rest of the day. Make sure to be following over on Twitter and Discord, Pickett, all those other places. Also, want to send some good vibes to you in your DFS contest as well. Everybody be praying for my guy. Already 20 G's over these last couple weeks. That's nothing, baby. We're looking for 100 large right here. So let's win some fucking money tonight.
Yeah, no, the world qualifier, I think there's 100 seats. I'm in the double qualifier tonight with 2 tickets. Hopefully your boy can come through. If I get one of them, you guys know I'm going to do a fat giveaway if I get one of them. I'm pretty sure that ticket, one ticket to that event is like 65 G's. Because I think like the lowest you can get is close to that. So just a heads up, giveaway will be here if I can pull it out. I have obviously only a 4% chance of winning, but you guys know I'm doing the research. We're doing all this stuff. A lot of the people we talk about are probably finding their way into these lineups, right? So if we have a good betting night, your boy is going to be hopefully pushing the top of that leaderboard. So appreciate that, Stu. Hopefully we'll be coming back here on Monday and doing a pretty big giveaway.
Oh, yeah, man. 100%. Let's keep it going. All I got to say.
Let's do it, guys. Have a good one. Best of luck tonight, and let's go, crew. I'll be there. Remember, 9-2. 9-2 over the last year and a half here. So thank you, guys. Appreciate you, and we'll see you on Monday for another round of Pass the Prop.